It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Anybody else recognize the opening line of Charles Dickens' great novel, A Tale of Two Cities? Well, what the hell does that have to do with a monthly market report for Ocean County, New Jersey? Stick around for the next 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to tell you exactly what that opening line has to do with the local real estate market here in Ocean County. I'm Jim Flanagan, broker of record, Coldwell Banker Flanagan Realty, and you are very welcome to this latest episode of We're Here. This is our weekly podcast where we share with you what is happening locally here in Ocean County, New Jersey. And we're 2 months deep into this COVID-19 healthcare pandemic crisis here in Ocean County. And believe me, I'm not diminishing it. I'm not disregarding it. You know, it has hit closer to home than I'm sharing with you right now. But it's real. I recognize that. I validate it. But our job as real estate professionals is to share the information with you regarding how COVID-19 has affected the Ocean County real estate market since the shelter-in-place order began just about 2 months ago today. Almost exactly 2 months ago today, we were ordered by Governor Murphy to shelter in place, close down, work from home, just do our part to flatten the curve. And we have, so congratulations to each and every one of you for doing your part to help flatten the curve. But let's take a look at what has happened because of these shelter-in-place orders. What has happened to our local real estate market here in Ocean County since we've sheltered in place for the last 2 months? Are we ready? Are we ready to take a look? Give me some hearts and thumbs if you're ready. I got numbers here. I have data, not drama. Okay. I opened up with a quote from Charles Dickens' great novel, a great drama, but I have data here, not drama. And I know there's plenty of drama out there on Facebook. Everybody's got their own opinion. Everybody has their own feelings. Everybody's, polarized like, they are with politics on this whole healthcare crisis and pandemic. But we're going to stick to the data, not the drama here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's take a look at the numbers to see exactly what happened and where we are and how it relates to you as home buyers and to you as home sellers and to you as real estate professionals. For the local real estate professionals, besides the ones that work here at Coldwell Banker Flanagan Realty, for you that are watching this live or on replay, numbers matter. Data, not drama. So we need to know these numbers and share these with potential home sellers and potential home buyers so they know the truth and they're not filled with fear and uncertainty and doubt right now. So let's get started. All right, over here, we have 3 columns. All right, I broke this down into 3 columns. New listings, sold listings, and median sales price. All right. And then I broke it down by the last 4 months. So February, which is pre-COVID-19, right? February of 2020, which is pre-COVID-19. March, April, and May, which are the 3 months that we've been experiencing COVID-19 here in Ocean County and nationwide and globally, right? But I also broke it down 2019 versus 2020, right? So we can compare the last 4 months of the year, or the last quarter, if you will, okay, compared with last year, 2019, when nobody even knew what COVID-19 was, including China, right? So China didn't even know what COVID-19 was. So we can have a direct analogy against a very good real estate market. Nobody's going to argue that 2019 was a good real estate market here in Ocean County. So we have new listings, we have sold listings, and we have the median sales price that transpired over the same period of time year over year. So let's start with new listings. And these are single-family homes that came on the market in these specific months of the year, 2019 versus 2020. So as we could see, in February of 2019, right, 1,073 new listings came on the market, compared with February of 2020, again, pre-COVID-19, We heard of it in the news. It was in China. It was in Europe. It was in Iran. But it was here. We didn't know about it. All right, it was here. Speculation has that it was at the Super Bowl, that COVID-19 here was long before the press told us it was here. So in a market that really wasn't affected by COVID-19 yet, we saw a decrease in new listings coming onto the market here in Ocean County. Remember, single-family homes, Ocean County. Pre-COVID-19, we still saw a decrease in new listings of 3.2%. So we came into 2020 strong, in a strong trending seller's market, right? New listings were still not coming on the market as strong as demand was taking them off pre-COVID-19. Then we see March, right? And March was like, oh, it was when we all went, oh shit, it's here, right? The press started scaring the living shit out of us. Everybody started buying toilet paper. It was run for the hills, grab as much toilet paper as you can. We're going to be in bunkers for the rest of our lives. It's the end of the world. The stock market plummeted. The sky was falling. Chicken Little was screaming. Everybody just lost their bloody frickin' minds, right? So when everybody lost their minds, we saw, obviously, home sellers pull back. They took their home off the market. If they were going to list, they decided not to list. So we saw this pullback in March occur, right? So in 2019, 1,251 new listings came on the market in March. In 2020, as COVID-19 walloped us, only 867 new listings came on the market in Ocean County. So that was a decrease of almost 31%, 30.7% decrease in new listing activity, March over March. In April, that trend continued with momentum, right? As everything was heading downhill, as the press was telling us, 500,000 people are going to die. It is the end of the world. Buy more toilet paper, right? Sell all your stock. Prepare for the end. Put your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye, right? So in April of 2019, we saw 1,200 new listings come on the market. April, mid-COVID-19, right, we only saw 445 new listings come on the market in Ocean County, single-family homes, right? So a decrease of 63%, 62.9% to be exact. And now here we are 3 weeks into May, right? Coming up on Memorial Day weekend, all right? Yeah, there's still another week and a half left in the month, but we're looking at 1,261 new listings in 2019 versus just under 500 new listings in 2020. So another 60% decrease in new listings, right? Now that's new listings. That's sellers putting their home on the market. This has nothing to do with buyer activity. This is purely seller activity, right? So we see that new listings are not coming on the market, and this is peak selling season, right? This is a traditional selling season here, March, April, May, right? The two strongest months historically for putting your home on the market are May and June. And look at May, right? We're down 60% year over year as far as new listings go, right? Now, I know that may sound like bad news, okay? But it's not if you're serious about selling your home in 2020, because look at that. Look at that decrease in competition. And we switch over to sold listings, right? So let's get out of new listings into sold listings. In February, right? February 2019 versus February of 2020, right? We saw 392 listings sell. This is the listing side, right? So double these numbers if you want both sides, right? Versus 490 in February of 2020. So let me switch over here so you guys can see even better. So pre-COVID-19 again, 2020, we saw a 25% increase in sold listings. I got to make sure which way I'm moving here. 25% increase in sold listings the month before COVID-19 walloped us here in Ocean County, right? So listings were selling 25% higher February 2020 over February of 2019. Then that COVID-19, right? The end of the world, toilet paper, kiss your ass goodbye, right? We saw, bam, as the homes were taken off the market, of course we're going to see the sale of listings slow down. But it didn't drop at the same rate that new listings didn't come up. Look, they're selling, right? So they only dropped 9.6% in March. They only dropped 15% in April. And right now in May, again, with still a week and a half left in May, we see a drop of, again, just over 61%. But that's going to pick up as closings close out in the end of May. So I don't anticipate a 61% overall end of May report. I'll report on that next month in our next monthly market update. But the supply is not being replenished at the same rate it is selling off. So what happened was right? Sorry about that. Buyers came back into the market Easter, Passover time, right? They said, okay, we're moving forward. We understand COVID-19 is real. It's scary, but we're going to move forward anyway. Life has to move forward. Business has to move forward. And slowly we're seeing business move forward, even here in New Jersey. Phase 1, phase 2, whatever you want to call it, we're seeing progress, okay? We're not going back to February of 2020 anytime soon. We're moving into a new normal, as they call it. I don't care what they call it. We're moving forward. So let's talk about what matters to you as a home seller right now. And here's the thing that completely blows my mind, all right? Given all things, all right, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So let's go with the worst of times first, right? COVID-19 is real. People are losing their lives. It's tragic, right? And they roughly figure about 1% of all COVID-19 infected people are going to unfortunately perish from this disease. So a 99% recovery rate is not enough for the press, all right? So they're still going to continue to scare us. And I understand if you lose somebody, it's not enough. We understand, believe me, we do. We've all known somebody or lost somebody from COVID-19. So again, I'm not diminishing that. But the best of times on this end is if you're serious about selling your home, the result of this whole COVID-19 housing inventory impact, if you will, is it's resulted in an increase in home prices. So if we look back again, February of 2020 versus February 2019, we saw a median sales price means that half sold for more and half sold for less. Half the homes that sold for more than this price, and half the homes that sold for less than that price, more and less. So median, is the middle of that, okay? Not average. This is not average home sale prices. This is median. Half sold for more, half sold for less. So in February of 2020, the median sales price of a single-family home in Ocean County increased 4% to $311,500. In March, as the shit hit the fan again, right? As the end of the world came crashing down on us and toilet paper disappeared off the shelves, the median sales price in Ocean County rose over 7.5% to $323,250. Okay. Then in April, as we were continuing toward the bottom, right? We bottomed out right before Easter and Passover, mid-April. So as we bottomed out and started to rebound or recover, right? We saw an increase of another 3.4% on the median sales price at $320,000, and just March was 7.6, April was 3.4, sorry. And May, here we are in May, okay, with looking at another increase up to $325,000 for the median sales price. So another increase of 2.5%. So the median sales price is trending up, not down, right? So let me switch back over here. So a complete disconnect with the supply and demand issue here, right? As the supply of homes diminishes, right, prices increase, right? The law of supply and demand. The less supply, the more demand, the higher the price. Less supply, more demand, higher the price. Give me some, come on, hearts and thumbs, ladies and gentlemen, hearts and thumbs here, all right? I know it's kind of tough to give hearts and thumbs during the midst of a health pandemic, of a healthcare crisis. But remember, we're licensed in the state of New Jersey to sell real estate, not healthcare, okay? The insurance companies have cornered the market on that, all right? They're extorting money from all of us, right? So our job is to continue to advise, counsel, and educate the public and our fellow real estate professionals as to the truth out there, okay? So I'm going to take a snapshot of all of these numbers. I will share it into the comment stream below. So if you don't have to do a screenshot on your computer right now, I'll take a snapshot of this. I'll post it in the comments below so that you can see these numbers for yourselves. They're real. They're not created. Remember, this is data, not drama. So I want to wrap this up because I know that as soon as you're done watching this live stream or watching this replay, that you'll be back on Facebook and you'll be into the news feed and into the stream, and you're going to see all sorts of people sharing articles. The two I saw this morning myself were one where Market Watch was talking about all the potential mortgage defaults and delinquencies that may be coming, all right? Because of the mortgage forbearance, because the government has told mortgage servicers and providers that they can't sell any new loans for the next 12 months, okay? These banks, these mortgage companies, these mortgage service providers are hedging their bets against catastrophe, right? So what does that mean? What that means is they are making it harder to get a mortgage, okay? Now follow me with this. This is important, okay? It's harder to get a mortgage, which means the buyers who are getting them are much better buyers. And we have seen a steady increase in buyer activity. As a matter of fact, another graph I'm going to share in the stream below from Showing Time will show you that we are only about 9.5% off of the buyer activity pace at this same time last year, pre-COVID-19, 2019. We're less than 10% off the same buyer traffic we saw this time last year, given COVID-19. So the buyers are out there, and because it's harder to get a mortgage, these are really good buyers, right? We're talking 680 credit score. Obviously, they have jobs because the mortgage companies are verifying employment at the hour before they close, right? So the buyers don't get any better than they are right now. They're putting on masks and gloves before they go in homes. You're not going to get a better buyer pool than you have right now. So back to the defaults, okay? So there is a real possibility that with close to 5 million potential defaults because of the mortgage forbearance, that we will see an increase in listing activity in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, the rest of the year. Because remember, the forbearance started in April. So forbearance means the mortgage is forbeared. So they're April, May, and June, you don't have to make a mortgage payment, but come July, you have to make 4, okay? Come July, you have to make 4 payments, a balloon payment of 4. So not all those 5 million or so people are going to be able to do that. So look for that to start to affect the inventory July, August, and September. In the meantime, going back to buyers, okay, another article I saw this morning said that mortgage applications rose for the 5th or 6th consecutive week, and they rose 6% over the previous week. So the buyer pool is still increasing as we move forward. So continue to look for homes selling off faster than they're being replaced. Continue to look for the median sales price to increase, okay? Continue to look for, believe it or not, the best seller's market we may see for the foreseeable future here in Ocean County, New Jersey. And I know it seems crazy in the middle of a healthcare pandemic to say that, but this is data, ladies and gentlemen, pure data, not drama, okay? This is what I would call the perfect storm, right? We have a healthcare pandemic, a recession created by a healthcare crisis, not by a housing crisis. We have a recession created by the government responding to the pandemic and forcing businesses to close. That's what's created the recession, not the housing market. This is not a bubble. This is not a mortgage crisis. This is a healthcare crisis, and the recession was caused by the government's response to the healthcare crisis. The local real estate market has responded by creating a seller's market. The buyers are out in the market, the sellers aren't there yet. Buyers are in the market, sellers aren't there yet. If you are a seller, if you were serious about selling your house in 2020, get your house on the market today. Prices are increasing. Houses are selling, right? Buyers are buying. It's the data, ladies and gentlemen. It's just pure data. You can't argue with numbers. Numbers don't lie, okay? Unlike the press that just wants to sell you headlines and not tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, numbers don't lie. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Shoot us a message. Shoot me a message. All right. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions, whether you're a home buyer, home seller, or another real estate professional, one that doesn't even work for us, because I think the truth should trump everything else out there. And if we're not telling people the truth and sharing the data and not the drama with them, we're doing a disservice to our community. So I appreciate everybody tuning in to this week's episode of We're Here, our weekly podcast where we share the data, not the drama, because we're here too. We're your neighbor, we're your friend, we're your wife, we're your husband, we're your spouse, we're your partner, we're your realtor. We're here with you. We're going through this together. We'll get through this together. We'll all be okay. Thank you, and the rest of the day to yourselves.